Susato-san. A bit scary in the dark with a sword in your hand. Its name is Karuma. Hi, Karuma. Will I be using you in the future, or will you be a murder weapon? Oh, of course I will. Whatever it is, I'll see it through to the end with you. Except that you're dead. Hi, welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles with me. We are now going to hear Stroganoff's story, so let's proceed with it. I made a mistake, one moment. Okay, so he said, it was one afternoon in the morning, I was on duty patrolling passageway. Then our angel came to me, she was white like sheet. Babe, please, you must help me. Right? So she just went aboard the ship like that? Like, wouldn't you have to have had plans first to meet with the ship? No? Can you just do that? Okay. I went with her. The door to cabin number 1 was open. When I looked inside, I saw a student boy on floor. Why did you go inside cabin number 1? What happened here? Oh, okay, so this is after she was aboard. Please don't tell anyone. My little furry friend. Everything that happened in cabin is like Angel told you. The kitten escaped through the ventilator into Mr. Asugi's cabin. Then he tripped over it and broke his neck when he fell to the floor. Something seems weird. Yes, that is right. Doesn't feel like an accident. So after the incident when wait. Oh, I accidentally pressed the spacebar. So after the incident when the cat ran away, Miss Pavlova then visited the cabin next to hers, only to find its occupant lying lifeless on the floor. She said she was worried when she heard the sound of something falling on the floor. That's when she went to look. No, Angel? The door was not locked. So she opened to look, and you already know what happened after. There's just one thing, if you wouldn't mind. What? When you went to Mr. Asugi's cabin, Miss Pavlova, was he already dead? Why? I already told you. When Nina opened door of student's cabin and looked inside. I was asking Miss Pavlova. Yeah, tell him off. Well, Miss Pavlova? You didn't check, did you? I can't read that. Oh. Yes, that's right. I saw him. It was dark and he was wearing black, but he was on the floor, not moving. Not moving doesn't mean he was dead, you know. You could have checked. I was scared. Do you have something, Sasato? I understand and I believe you. So, is that finally it now? Have we discovered the real truth about Kazuma's death at last? Ah! Something very nearly slipped my mind. Oh, do you have something? Oh, Mr. Sholmes? This photograph. Yes, I took this myself, you know. Okay. The cause of death was a broken neck. Therefore, the victim died instantly, okay? And the unfortunate incident that precipitated these events, a kitten on which the victim stumbled. However, if those are the facts, or is he gonna ask for the kitten? There is one particular area in this photograph that seems to me somewhat unnatural. I'm sorry. What? What do you mean unnatural? Like, okay, you see, something is bothering me, but I can't quite put my finger on it. Something is weird. Something's off. But I'm not sure what. Ah, oh, well. Oh dear, oh dear. If Kazuma tripped and fell, and by some terrible stroke of bad luck broke his neck. Okay. Which part of this photographic print seems unnatural? I'm sorry? If he fell and broke his neck? Is it because he's like facing downwards? Usually if you break your neck, you would be hitting something on the back of your neck, right? So if you hit something on the back of your neck, you... huh? Is that it? Am I on the right track? I'm not too sure. His neck? There's nothing. Is it his neck? Is it... What's that? Is that something in his hand? I'm not sure. Back of his neck. Hang on, let me get this right. If Kazuma tripped and fell and by some terrible stroke of bad luck broke his neck, which part of this photographic print seems unnatural? The fact that he's lying on his front? Is that what we're gonna do? But I don't know how to... His face? So like when you're falling, you try to stop yourself from falling, but his hand is fisted up? Well, maybe. I think this is it. Hang on. Let's keep
Yes!
Alright, if he really fell due to an if he really fell due to an unfortunate accident, then this face just doesn't seem quite right. The exact same thought occurred to me. In a fall, one's instinct is to open the palms flat. Yet here we see the victim with his left hand tightly bulged into a fist. Almost you might say as though he were gripping something. Yeah. What do you mean? Simply that I took the liberty of investigating the victim's fist a short while ago. Yeah, that's what you should do. I think that's the right thing to do. And what, pray, do you imagine I found there, my dear fellow? Mr. Sholmes, show us. Why, of course, dear madam. Would I keep you in suspense? Ah. So, did she kill him for real? I'm not too sure about that, but okay. This is what I found. Oh, a crescent moon with a little gemstone in the middle? Yes, you're right. A crescent moon. It's very pretty, but what does it tell us? It tells us nothing. Oh yes, it tells us something, alright. I'm not so sure. That crescent moon looks familiar somehow. I'm sure I've seen it somewhere before. Yeah, I can show you where exactly. Observation, Mr. Naruhodo, that is the key. What? The truth is now tantalizingly close. But why would she kill Kazuma? I don't get it. How did that crescent moon come to be in Kazuma's clenched fist? That is the final clue, the last piece of the puzzle. Ask yourself, what does this little crescent moon mean? What significance has it? And observe. Find the answer with your own eyes. Why though? Here. Oh. No, I need to present. Hang on. Okay, so I need to present it actually.
Yes!
Miss Pavlova, I noticed that on your ear, even though you have a metal earring, the decorative part of it seems to be missing. The little link holding it on must have broken, I suppose. You should have just taken off the earrings. Eh, what? But looking at your other ear, I noticed a crescent moon. I don't believe it. You wanna tell us something, Pavlova? Now, the missing crescent moon was found in the victim's clenched fist. Clearly, there is only one logical conclusion. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes. Miss Pavlova, Mr. Asugi must have grasped that crescent moon and pulled it from your ear. I'm surprised it didn't, scar her or wound her in any way. I feel like the whole earring would have been snatched off her ear actually. Perhaps just moments before he fell to the floor. In other words, last night, in Mr. Asugi's cabin, you witnessed the moment when the victim fell with your own eyes. In fact, you were quite literally at arm's length from him. Yeah. But then the question is, why did Mr. Asugi do that? Why did he pull your earring from your ear and hold it in his clenched fist during his final moments? Oh, no. Angel? Not very angel, are you now? No one can protect you now. Please, Miss Pavlova, tell us the truth. Last night, what did you do to Kazuma? Tell me? When I think about everything that happened yesterday, it was too much. Running away, the fishing boat in the middle of the night, trying to climb onto this huge ship. And then, when I was at last in this cabin and I could relax after this horrible, long day. Yeah? Darka, wait! I couldn't believe it when she disappeared through the ventilator. I tried to call her with a little whistle. I tried waving her favorite toy, but nothing worked. Darka would not come back. Okay, so she knocked on the door, okay. Oh, he let her in? What are you doing here at this time of the night, Inspector? Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a friend of mine. Oh, it was Kazuma, okay. He thought it was Inspector Hosonaga. Oh, because he said Inspector? The young man from your country, he was very polite and kind. He helped me to find Darka and he promised not to tell anyone. But then, when I had my friend in my arms again and I was going to leave the man's cabin. Just a moment, sorry, but... Oh, yes? I'm sure I know your face. I've seen you somewhere before. Ah, of course. You're Nikolina Pavlova, aren't you? The Russian ballerina. Huh? No, I don't know that name. My heart nearly stopped when he said that. He knew who I was. How could this man from a land in the faraway east know a Russian ballerina? Yes, I saw your performance in Japan. The beauty of the ballet made a deep impression on me. But what are you doing on this ship? I'm sure that I read that your ballet company was performing in Shanghai at the moment. I can't fool him. You could have just... Yeah. I have to tell him the truth and hope he doesn't tell anyone. I have no other choice. Okay, so she did tell him. I see. So you've run away. Please keep my secret. Don't tell anyone. Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here. He's going to pull that card. He's going to tell the captain. Why did I think I could trust him? Then it happened. Everything at once. It was only a second, but it felt like forever. Wait! I shouted, and then Draka jumped out of my arms and down to the young man's feet. And as he turned around to look at me, oh, he hit the bedpost. Oh, you pushed him. Pushed him. I thought it was Darka. I don't even know why. I don't know why I did it. I was just so scared. And I had to stop him from telling anyone about me. And that's when you went to fetch help from Seaman Stroganoff, who was on duty out in the passageway. I heard Nina cry out and thud on the floor, so I ran to her. She was standing at cabin door, shaking like a leaf. She looked at me and said, "Help me, Biff. If they find out, I will be... Please, I have nowhere to go." So you decided to help. And that's when you arranged things in Kazuma's cabin to make it look like I did it, so that no one would suspect the passenger in the cabin next door. But how did you discover I was in there though? Yes. I went into the cabin and looked around to make sure there was nothing to show Nina was there. How did you know I was there? Did you even know I was in the cupboard? And then I found stowaway. Okay. In wardrobe. Still sleeping. Right. That's when he found me. So you worked out a plan to lay the blame on to stow away. I closed wardrobe doors and put back strange papers on. Luckily for me, that's the only reason Susato-san started to believe me when I said I was innocent. I dragged the young man's body to good place and used ink that was spilling to write on floor. I wrote, so that the person who found him would look inside the wardrobe to find stowaway. And tell me what of the glass bell. It was by my feet, so I picked it up. I see. But it was dark in the cabin, I didn't notice the other half. Then Angel went back to her cabin. She's not Angel though. Then I finished job. By pressing the emergency alarm button in the passageway? Yes. Accordingly, the SS Buria did indeed come to an emergency halt at a little after 2 a.m., thus enticing the bolt on the cabin door to slide shut, creating the locked room mystery. So why did they drug us with sleeping drugs? Like, why? That happened before all this incident happened. Why did they drug us with the sleeping drugs? I don't get it. I don't understand, because I'm sure all this happened after dinner, right? No? Yes? What? Well, you said you told Kazuma about the fact that you'd run away from your homeland. And it's because you were worried he was going to tell the captain that you pushed him. Isn't that right? Yes. But even if he had pulled the bell cord and called for the captain of the ship, yeah. Aren't you friends with every member of the crew? Why would that have been a problem? It was what he said first that made me scared. What he said first? What are you doing here at this time of the night, Inspector? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a friend of mine. But you told him everything though. He said an inspector was his friend. Ah, yes, meaning me. Who was supposed to be acting as his bodyguard. I thought that if police knew about me, they would arrest me. I don't know, I'm not... So before he could pull the bell cord, May I stop you for a moment, please, Miss Pavlova? Do you notice something? it just doesn't seem to make sense. Yeah. I mean, was Mr. Asugi really going to pull the bell cord? I don't know. He was going to call us actually. I believe he was going to get Ryunosuke, you know. If he reveals a stowaway to a stowaway, I think she would be comfortable. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, I'm not Kazuma, so I can't know for certain. But he was a man of his word. If he told you he wouldn't give your secret away, then he wouldn't have done. No, he was looking over to it. He was going to pull the cord. He was going to make them send me back. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, the day's work is not yet done. It seems there is one more deduction to make. What? Another deduction? Yes, what action was the victim really about to take at that moment? He was going to call us. He was going to call us. Can we determine whither the young man's gaze was directed? Yes. First, consider the victim's location within his cabin. That's easy. I remember every detail of that room. I mean, yes, I spent quite a lot of time in the wardrobe, but still, that cabin has been my home for this entire voyage. So this is how the cabin looked last night when Miss Pavlova visited Kazuma-sama? Yes, it's exactly how it was. Are you ready then, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes. If there's one thing I've learned today, it's that a simple gaze can reveal all the many of truths. And not only that, in order to draw the right conclusion, you can't afford to be out by even a little bit when you're following the gaze to where it lands. So when he turned away from Miss Pavlova, what exactly was Kazuma looking at? Was looking at us. Yeah. I just want to see what's the description. The wardrobe. My wardrobe. I was in there at the time, of course. Sleeping soundly. Too soundly. If only I hadn't eaten that chicken that was laced to the sleeping drug. If only he'd woken me up, then maybe this tragedy would never have happened. Okay, so I don't know. Is it just my imagination? Like the drugs, the dinner time. Okay, we'll go with the flow. Could be me. I don't know. Considering everything that had happened last night, certainly it may have looked as though Kazuma was going to ring the bell cord. Yes, however, what is directly beside the bell cord? The wardrobe. The wardrobe? And more importantly, what was inside the wardrobe? The man's great friend, sleeping soundly, his stowaway. Miss Pavlova, please think back very carefully. But okay, technically she wouldn't have known that. Of course, she would still panic. Of course, it's not like she would know there's a man in the wardrobe. What were Mr. Asugi's exact words last night? Give me a moment. I could use another opinion here. Another opinion? Yes, but not from a member of the crew. No, Mr. Asugi intended to consult his close friend on the matter, to see if between them they might be able to help in some way, no doubt. Oh no. Sadly, we can't know the truth for certain now. It's too late for that. But I wish you had made sure of what Mr. Asugi was looking at. Things may have ended very differently if you had. Yeah, now you're gonna be arrested for murder. Miss Pavlova, I want to thank you for finally admitting the truth. But unfortunately, the truth is, a man lost his life because of what you did. And that will never change. I hope you'll never forget that. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. What have I done? And so, at long last, the mystery surrounding the tragic accident on the SS Buria was finally laid to rest. I don't know, man. I don't know. 9th January, 7:14 p.m. SS Buria, first class cabin, passageway. What will happen to Miss Pavlova now then? Oh, I don't know. Once we reach Great Britain, she'll be handed over to the British police at Scotland Yard. What about the fact that she ran away from Russia? Would the Russians try to repatriate her? Apparently, the English detective can speak to the immigration office and sort all that out. Okay. Mr. Sholmes can do that? So she won't be going back to Russia then? No, I don't think so. Even if she wanted to return in the future, I doubt she would be able to. She ran away, so now she's an exile for life. I see. I'm sorry. Seaman Stroganoff? I wanted to help our angel, no matter what. But I didn't think about you, about how you lost a good friend. I will go with Nina. I'll give myself to British police. That's kind of you. In the meantime, thank you for letting me go free again. Kazuma's death feels like such a waste. But, well, do what you can for Miss Pavlova, won't you? Duh. Well, I'm afraid you need to pack now. We are due to arrive in Hong Kong tomorrow. As much as it pains me, I'm going to have to hand you over to the consul to arrange your passage back to Japan. Yes. I did stow away after all. I couldn't really expect any different. So, you should get back to your cabin now. My cabin? Oh, it feels weird. Not when my friend died in there. Huh. It looks like my study tour to Great Britain is over before it's even begun then. To think that only days ago, Kazuma and I were laughing together about how we'd tear up the streets of London. That seems like a distant memory now. Oh, what's that? Is it someone weeping? Is it Susato? Oh yeah. Susato-san. A bit scary in the dark with a sword in your hand. Naruhodo-san, I didn't know you had written. Oh, well, I haven't been back long. Inspector Hosonaga just told me I should pack. You know, ready to leave the ship tomorrow and all that. Oh, okay. She is quite sad. I still can't believe this has happened. I can't believe someone's life can be over just like that. Susato-san. I think Ryunosuke should cry too. He should let it out too, honestly. He had such grand ideas for this visit to Great Britain, so many dreams. And now they've been cruelly taken away, just as he has. I thought I could never forgive the person responsible. But now we know the truth. That it was just an accident. Just a silly series of mishaps. It's too much, Naruhodo-san. It's just too much. Yes, I know. I wish there was something I could say. Oh, Inspector. Inspector, my duty was to see Asugi-san safely to Great Britain, but I failed, and caused his two closest friends great pain and suffering as a result. I've let everyone down. It's not your fault. And I would do anything to make up for my terrible blunder. Nobody blames you, Inspector. Why am I still in chains? Oh. Huh? Why did you put me back in chains? Surprise, Mr. Naruhodo? What is the meaning of this? Oh, a trifling matter. Simply that in my head I think I shall always picture you wearing those shackles. Without them, the balance seems all wrong. No, you get me out of here. It's distracting. Sorry? So I decided to restore them for old time's sake, shall we? See? You're a stowaway after all. Hey! It's not funny. He thinks this is funny? Mr. Sholmes, we do appreciate all your assistance. I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Not at all, not at all. And though it's a little late, may I offer my sincere condolences. The loss of your companion is truly heartrending. I hope that you will be able to fulfill some of his aspirations in his honor. Won't you say that to us? I'm afraid that won't be possible. We shall be disembarking at the next port in Hong Kong. We have to return to Japan and make a full report about everything that's happened. What? Wait a minute. It's just me that has to go back, isn't it? I mean, I was just stowaway. Hosonaga has to accompany me. Or are you talking about Susato? The terms of this study tour were negotiated by the Department of Justice in both Great Britain and Japan. It was to be one lawyer and one assistant. Was to be? In the light of Mr. Asugi's unfortunate death, I'm afraid the study tour can no longer go ahead. Oh, it's so unfair for her. It's unfair for her. Oh no, I don't care for me, but... Poor Susato-san. My dear fellows, the majority of problems have an extremely simple solution, you know. Okay, are you gonna suggest all you require is one lawyer and the study tour can continue, surely? Are you gonna suggest a crime? But there is no one else with the necessary qualifications, Mr. Sholmes. We know of no other lawyer. Honestly... Qualifications, you say? Any qualifications obtained in your own country will be of little value in Great Britain, I'm afraid. So basically anything will do? Oh, but... But anyway, the voyage to London still promises a good amount of time. Ample opportunity, I would say, to find yourselves another suitable lawyer. Yes, except that we are out in the middle of the sea, with no one else, except for the crew member and us. Miss Susato? Yes? Do you think perhaps I might be able to do it? Ah, but you're not a lawyer, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, unless... Are you studying law? No, I'm not, but... I'm sorry, in that case I don't think there's even a chance it could work. Yeah, he said... I think he said any qualifications is fine. It doesn't matter, or something. But as I said, there is still more than a month before we reach England's shores. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, I have a month in which to study, to learn what I must to become a lawyer in Great Britain, I hope. Mr. Naruhodo, are you going to help me study? That's ridiculous. Are you seriously suggesting anybody could learn all of that in just 40 days? There's only one way to find out. I would work my fingers to the bone, Inspector. Every single day. Will you let me try? And if by the time we reach Great Britain I haven't learned enough to be recognized as a lawyer, I'll take whatever punishment is deemed appropriate. But why put yourself in such a difficult position? It's for his best friend. Yeah, for Kazuma. He said there was something here he had to do in Great Britain, and that he would sacrifice anything to make it happen. I wonder what. He was passionate about it. I can't let all that passion just come to nothing. And anyway, it's for my own benefit too. I will become a lawyer. I have to. Oh, I can't wait for the next case. What do you say, Miss Susato? Oh, okay, she smiled. I think it's a wonderful idea. Thank you. So, what does our bespectacled inspector friend say? Come on, you're on our side, right? Are you serious? One lawyer and one assistant. The numbers are indisputable. No, it's madness. Yet fascinating, wouldn't you agree? Aren't you on our side? Come on. Fascinating? Duty and rules are the dull routine of existence that we all abhor. Give us interest, give us fascination. Come on, Hosonaga. Besides, qualifications are no measure of a man. What matters is his character, no? And you've witnessed ample evidence of this man's exemplary character today with your own eyes. From the early hours of this morning until this very moment now. Despite contending with the passing of his close companion, and despite the accusation of guilt, this man has shown resourcefulness, intelligence, above all, courage. Come on, Hosonaga. Hey, Hosonaga. Come on. Very well. I'll think of a very clever way to word my report to the Department of Justice. Yay! Thank you, Inspector. After all, I did just make a promise to deny. You'd do anything for us? I said that I'd do anything, at all to make up for my shortcomings here. Oh, thank you, Inspector. If you'll excuse me, I must pay a visit to the captain's quarters, I think. I need to discuss what to do next and how best to make my report. Okay, bye. Are you really prepared to attempt this, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, I'm going to try. I wonder, would you consider teaching me what I need to know? Everything about being a lawyer. I would be delighted to help you. I am a judicial assistant after all. Thank you. And Mr. Naruhodo? Wait. Okay. I thought she was threatening me for a moment. I'd like you to take charge of this. What? Me? Are you sure? I'm sure it's what Kazuma-sama would have wanted. Yeah, I'll take it. Its name is Karuma. It's a great sword that's been in the Asugi clan for generations. Hi, Karuma. Will I be using you in the future, or will you be a suspected murder weapon of some sort? Will you be a murder weapon? Like, yeah? Okay. Very well. I accept. I'll treasure it always. Please don't be a murder weapon, okay? So then, Miss Susato, it seems we'll be working together for some time to come yet. It will be an honor, Mr. Naruhodo. Time to study? And for the next 40 days, I shall grant you a single minute of freedom. Okay, cool. You will teach us. We shall fill every spare moment with study. Yes, that's exactly what I need. Let's go. But before we begin, I have an earnest favor to ask of you too. Goodness, what is it? Please throw me to the ground. Oh, 3 times. Is that how many times you threw me to the ground? What? I should have never doubted you. You were Kazuma's closest friends. Of course you would never have done anything to hurt him. That should have been obvious to me from the start. But I allowed suspicion to get the better of me. I mean, you cannot... being part of law, you cannot... how to say? Cannot discount anyone. You have to be suspicious of everybody. And no matter how upset I was feeling, it was completely unforgivable behavior. No, you were in shock. You just found out about me stowing away and the cabin door was locked from the inside. No, I won't let you make excuses for me. Whatever the circumstances, I should have never thrown you. Not just once, but 5 times. Oh, was it 5? Ha, that number keeps creeping up, doesn't it? Please, you must. Just take hold of me and throw. Do it. Don't even think about it. I don't think Ryunosuke is capable of throwing people around. Yeah. I don't even know how. I've never thrown anyone in my life. Very wise, Mr. Naruto. It isn't a skill one acquires without considerable training. Oh, Mr. Sholmes. Why are you still here? I observed your throwing techniques several times with great interest. I confess I was most impressed. When did he say that? I don't know, when he was like, I don't know, climbing on the ceiling and stuff, maybe. When did he say that? Yeah. I presume that would be a form of Japanese wrestling? Oh well, in a way, it's not wrestling but my own interpretation of an ancient jujutsu technique. Apparently it's called the Susato takedown. It leaves your head swimming, believe me. How beguiling. You wanna try it? Hey, Susato, try throwing at him. How about that? I am a practitioner of the combative arts myself. I am a somewhat accomplished boxer. There he goes, dancing around again. I wonder if you'd be so kind as to instruct me on the technique of your arresting throw. Just do it. Just do it. Yes, I'd be honored. Then let us not dally. Demonstrate, my dear madam. Yeah. Oh, of course. Let's go. Don't do it on me. No, do it on him. Are you ready, Mr. Naruto? Great. As you can see, you throw from the abdomen. Oh yes, arresting indeed. And that is what you termed the Susato takedown, is it? Actually no, that was a Susato squash. What's the difference? Okay. In my groggy state of consciousness, a scene from an evening recently spent with Kazuma flickered into my mind. The sword. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Please, please. Karuma? That's right. It's a prized sword that's been passed down through generations of the Asugi clan. I can't believe you managed to get permission to bring it with you. I mean, taking a katana on a study tour is more than a little irregular, surely. A Japanese man's sword is his soul, Ryunosuke. I can't be parted from my katana. Karuma guides me. I truly believe that. Yeah, and then you died. So its name compels its wielder to slice evil in two. Not that... hang on. Not that you would need much compelling. Okay. On that subject, there's something very important that I have to do in Great Britain, and I'll sacrifice anything to make it happen. I'd appreciate you seeing it through with me. Oh, of course, I will. Whatever it is, I'll see it through to the end with you. Except that you're dead. I knew you wouldn't let me down. That important thing he had to do. I still don't know what that was. Maybe if we read through his diary. I'm not sure whether he would be that careless, but yeah. But I'm going to see the place for myself and work it out. In Great Britain's capital, London. N. So that was the end of case 2. And then we will now proceed to case 3. I'm actually quite looking forward to... I'm just really looking forward to a case outside of this ship. In another country, even more better. So until the next time, thank you for watching and goodbye.